A man barges into a hotel with his family, ready to beat up his girlfriend's lover. But he has no idea that he's about to throw his fists at his future father-in-law, a man worth hundreds of billions. A Ferrari pulls up at the university gate. Students around are buzzing with speculation, guessing the owner must be some top-tier rich second-generation heir. The door opens and a young-looking man steps out. His name is Mr. Shen, the richest man in Cloud City. A few girls think he's taken an interest in them and start bickering among themselves. Just then, a girl named Chloe runs over and throws her arms around him. He's Mr. Shen's daughter. Everyone around is stunned because Mr. Shen looks like he's only in his 20s or 30s. In the car, Chloe tells her father that she called him back because she wants to get married. She wants him to meet her boyfriend. Mr. Shen is taken aback for a moment but quickly agrees. He says he trusts her judgment. Family background doesn't matter as long as the character is sound. He only has one daughter and all his assets will be hers someday. Chloe insists that she won't marry without her father's consent. Mr. Shen sets a time that very afternoon at the Grandeur Hotel where Chloe is to bring her boyfriend and his parents to meet him. Chloe happily agrees. After she leaves, Mr. Shen's expression turns serious. He wants to see who exactly has stolen his daughter's heart. Meanwhile, Chloe's boyfriend Ethan gets a call from a friend. The friend tells him he saw Chloe hugging a handsome guy at the hotel entrance and suspects she's cheating. Chloe arrives at Ethan's home. It's an ordinary, even somewhat rundown residential building. Ethan's mother and younger brother shower her with excessive enthusiasm. They take her bag, offer her slippers, and turn down the air conditioning. His mother says Chloe is a young lady of high birth and must not be slighted. Chloe tells them that her father has agreed to meet that afternoon at the Grandeur Hotel. Ethan's family is overjoyed. His mother figures that if they can marry into the Shen family, Cloud City's wealthiest, their fortunes will skyrocket. The younger brother immediately demands that Ethan buy him a sports car later. Ethan agrees without hesitation. Chloe says she's tired and wants to take a nap first. His mother immediately leads her to a room that had been prepared well in advance. The moment Chloe enters the room, the three in the living room drop their masks. They celebrate the wealth and luxury they believe is coming their way. Just then, Ethan receives the photo of Chloe embracing Mr. Shen. He flies into a rage, convinced that Chloe has been keeping another man on the side. His mother whispers a warning not to wake Chloe. She nervously says they can't let someone else snatch away the fat sheep already in their mouth. The younger brother also worries about losing his sports car. Ethan swears he'll make that pretty boy regret ever being born. That afternoon, Mr. Shen prepares a meeting gift for his daughter in the hotel room. A limited edition sports car key, the deed to a villa, and a 100 million yuan investment proposal. He hopes his daughter's future husband will truly be good to her. Suddenly the door is kicked open. Ethan bursts in with his mother and younger brother. They assume Mr. Shen is the pretty boy from the photo. Ethan's younger brother points at Mr. Shen and says he's done for. Mr. Shen demands to know who they are. Ethan's brother arrogantly announces that his big brother is the prospective son-in-law of the Shen family. His mother chimes in, saying once her son marries into the Shens, the whole Shen fortune will be his. Ethan stares at Mr. Shen, confirming he's the man he's looking for. He accuses Mr. Shen of messing around with his woman. Mr. Shen tries to explain that it's a misunderstanding, but Ethan won't listen. He boasts that he schemed and plotted to win Chloe over, and this pretty boy dares to cut in he's nothing but a toad lusting after swan meat. Ethan's family joins in with insults. Mr. Shen listens to their words and instantly understands. He looks coldly at Ethan, realizing that this man never loved his daughter. He was after the Shen family fortune all along. Exposed, Ethan flies into a rage and turns the accusation around, claiming Mr. Shen is also after the Shen money. He throws a punch at Mr. Shen. Ethan's family joins in, kicking and beating him. As they strike, they boast about Ethan's charm, saying Chloe is so smitten she'd never know the truth. Even if she did, they say, she'd only cry and beg to marry him anyway. They are convinced that once the marriage is sealed, the Shen wealth will be theirs for the taking. During the beating, Ethan's brother spots the gifts Mr. Shen had prepared. A sports car key, a villa contract, a 100 million yuan investment plan. Ethan sees them and erupts with jealousy. He demands to know why Mr. Shen gets such things when he, the fiancé, has never received anything like that. He feels that Mr. Shen means more to Chloe than he does, and so he beats Mr. Shen even more furiously. Just then Ethan's phone rings. It's Chloe. She asks where Ethan and his family are, saying she's already at the hotel and ready to take them to meet her father. Ethan immediately stops beating Mr. Shen and lies over the phone, saying he's handling some personal matters outside and will be there soon. After hanging up, he decides to go meet his father-in-law first, get the engagement settled, and then come back to deal with this pretty boy. He leaves the room with his mother and brother. Mr. Shen picks himself up off the floor and wipes the blood from his mouth. He looks at the scattered gifts with icy eyes. He realizes he's sheltered his daughter too much, leaving her unable to recognize the dangers of the world. He decides he will teach his daughter a lesson himself. Chloe meets Ethan's family at the entrance to the hotel's VIP lounge. Excitedly, she tells Ethan that her father has prepared a sports car, a villa, and a 100 million yuan investment as a meeting gift. Ethan's family feigns delight. His mother praises the future in-law's generosity, and his brother flatters Chloe. Ethan also pretends to be grateful and eager to meet dad. Chloe leads them as they push open the VIP room door, but the room is empty. Ethan feigns confusion and asks if they've come to the wrong place. His mother and brother echo the sentiment. Chloe finds it impossible and calls her father. The call connects. Mr. Shen tells her in an icy voice that he does not approve of this marriage. Chloe asks why, but Mr. Shen hangs up without explaining. Chloe is bewildered. Ethan immediately puts on a performance. He tells Chloe with deep emotion that he will marry no one but her, and if her uncle has any problem with him, he will change. He admits his family background isn't worthy of her, but he'll strive to become a man who is. Chloe is deeply moved by his words. Ethan's mother and brother chime in, playing the part of reasonable, understanding people. Chloe embraces them, thinking they're so good to her. She promises she will go back and convince her father. After hanging up, Mr. Shen immediately orders his assistant to dig up everything on Ethan. The file files show that every ex-girlfriend Ethan has been with ended up in terrible misery. Mr. Shen decides to find these victims and expose Ethan's true face. He first finds Laura, one of Ethan's former girlfriends. Laura jumped from a building due to Ethan's infidelity and psychological abuse, leaving her permanently disabled. When Mr. Shen finds her, she's at home cursing Ethan. Mr. Shen tells her that if she's willing to come forward and expose Ethan's crimes, he'll give her 5 million yuan, enough to live comfortably for the rest of her life. Laura agrees without hesitation. She loathes Ethan to the core. Next, Mr. Shen finds the second ex-girlfriend, Sophia. Years ago, Sophia was deceived by Ethan and ended up deep in gambling debt. After draining her money, Ethan disappeared. To repay her debts, Sophia was forced into the sex trade. Mr. Shen finds her in a dim back alley. He makes the same offer, 5 million, to get her out of that life and onto her feet, on the condition that she expose Ethan. Sophia looks at the suitcase of cash, tears streaming, and agrees. The last target is Lisa. She's now married but unhappily. After 5 abortions for Ethan, she became permanently infertile and is constantly abused by her in-laws. When Mr. Shen finds her, she's being hit and scolded by her mother-in-law. In front of the mother-in-law, Mr. Shen lays out 5 million yuan. He tells Lisa that if she's willing to expose Ethan, the money is hers, and he'll also help her adopt a child. The mother-in-law's attitude flips instantly when she sees the money and urges Lisa to agree. But Lisa refuses the cash. She tells Mr. Shen she doesn't want the money, but she is willing to help. She wants justice for the life that was destroyed. She decides to divorce her husband and break free from this family entirely. Mr. Shen respects her choice and promises that even after the divorce, he will still give her the money. Everything is in place. Mr. Shen messages his daughter, saying that for her sake, he's willing to give Ethan one more chance. Meet at Cloudtop Restaurant. Chloe receives the message and immediately shares the good news with Ethan. Ethan's family is ecstatic again, believing their plan has succeeded. Ethan is supremely confident that winning over the Shen family's daughter and her father will be a piece of cake. They have no idea that a grand drama awaits them. That evening at Cloudtop Restaurant, Chloe brings Ethan to the reserved private room. They push open the door and instead of Mr. Shen, they find Laura, Sophia, and Lisa. Ethan's face drains of color. He grabs Chloe and tries to leave, claiming they're in the wrong room. But the 3 women call out to him. Laura, in her wheelchair, asks Ethan if he remembers her. Sophia and Lisa fix him with cold stares. Chloe asks Ethan if he knows them. Ethan denies it outright. Laura tells Chloe they've come today to tear off this beast's mask. She recounts how she was psychologically manipulated by Ethan, ultimately jumping from a building and becoming disabled. Ethan immediately retorts that Laura had depression, she was mentally unstable, and it had nothing to do with him. Sophia steps forward and tells how Ethan swindled her out of all her money, leaving her forced into prostitution to pay off debts. Ethan again makes excuses, saying Sophia was a gambler who racked up debts on her own. Finally, Lisa speaks. She calmly states the fact that she had 5 abortions for Ethan and is now permanently infertile. Chloe feels sick upon hearing this. She demands to know if everything is true. Seeing he can't deny it any longer, Ethan admits they are all his ex-girlfriends. But then he twists the story. He blames Laura's disability on her own mental illness, Sophia's downfall on her gambling addiction, and Lisa's infertility on her cheating with another man. His lies are so seamless, he even offers to call his buddies to testify. The 3 women tremble with rage at his shamelessness. Chloe begins to waver, unsure whom to believe. Ethan seizes the moment, pulling a reverse card, saying if Chloe doesn't trust him, he'll leave. Looking at his wounded expression, Chloe softens. She starts to suspect that these 3 women are just bitter exes conspiring to smear Ethan. Just then, the large screen in the private room suddenly lights up. On it plays a recording of Ethan's mother and brother speaking with a lawyer at home. In the video, his mother and brother openly admit everything Ethan did to the 3 ex-girlfriends, speaking with contempt and glee. They say those women ended up miserable because they were incompetent, they deserved it. The video ends, dead silence fills the room. Chloe trembles all over, unable to believe what she's heard. Ethan's face is ashen, he knows he's finished. He tries to claim the video is fake. Chloe furiously tells him to get away, but Ethan doesn't give up. He pulls out his last card. He takes Chloe's hand and tearfully says this is all a setup by her father. Because he's from an ordinary background and unworthy of a rich man's daughter, her father hired these women to act out this scene just to break them up. He's betting on Chloe's resentment of her father's supposed class-matching mentality and her own rebellious streak. The words hit Chloe's weak spot once again. She begins to suspect her father. Ethan presses his advantage, saying he's willing to sign a prenuptial agreement. He wants nothing from the Shen family, only to be with Chloe. If her father still opposes, they'll run away together and live as poor but devoted lovers. Chloe is completely swayed. She calls her father and accuses him of setting up Ethan. On the other end of the line, Mr. Shen listens to his daughter's accusations, heartbroken and disappointed. He asks her whether she chooses this man or her father. In a fit of impulse, Chloe chooses Ethan, even saying that if her father doesn't agree, she won't come home. Mr. Shen hangs up, his heart shattered. Chloe ends the call and turns to embrace Ethan. She tells him she believes him. Ethan flashes a victorious smile. In his mind, all he needs is to get her pregnant. Once there's a child, Mr. Shen will have to cave eventually. Mr. Shen knows that until the whip strikes her own back, his daughter won't feel the pain. He decides to set the final phase of his plan in motion. He orders his assistant to release news that the Shen Group is facing bankruptcy and that Chairman Shen has fled abroad to escape his debts. Chloe and Ethan's family see the news on television. Chloe's bank cards are all frozen. She tries to call her father, but the number has been disconnected. She panics completely. And from this moment on, Ethan's family's attitude does does a complete 180. At first, Ethan pretends to comfort Chloe, saying it might be her father's smokescreen to test him. He and his family continue to fawn over Chloe, watching the situation closely. But as the days pass and the news worsens, with Shen Group's subsidiaries seized and employees demanding unpaid wages, Ethan's family finally believes the Shens are truly bankrupt. Their master torn off completely. His mother stops doing Chloe's laundry, his brother stops helping her with anything. When Chloe, with her cards frozen, asks Ethan for money to buy a plane ticket to find her father abroad, Ethan slaps her across the face. He snarls that if it weren't for her being the Shen family's daughter, he'd never have put on this act. Now she has nothing, she's not even worth a fart. Ethan's mother and brother corner her, stripping all her valuables, including the heirloom her mother left her. They take everything of worth and then shove her out the door like trash. Ethan even cruelly suggests she sell her body, saying the Shen family's rivals would love to humiliate a fallen rich girl. Chloe falls to the ground, staring at this family's ugly faces. Finally, she understands her father's intentions. She regrets everything. Just then, several luxury cars pull up at the entrance. Mr. Shen steps out, followed by a team of bodyguards. Chloe runs to her father in tears, saying she was wrong. Ethan's family is frozen in terror at the sight. Now they realize Mr. Shen never went bankrupt. Mr. Shen helps his daughter up and sees the bruises on her face. His eyes are filled with murderous intent. He tells Ethan that whatever he did to his daughter, he will repay tenfold. Ethan knows the game is up, but suddenly grasps at one last straw. He shouts that Chloe is already pregnant with his child. He's betting that Mr. Shen cares about bloodline and wouldn't dare harm his grandchild. Chloe is stunned by this. She recalls having felt nauseous and queasy recently. Ethan's mother chimes in, saying she's a seasoned mother and could tell Chloe was pregnant at first glance. Though suspicious, Mr. Shen decides for his daughter's health to take her to the hospital for a checkup. He has his men detain Ethan's family and bring them along. On the way, Ethan secretly texts a friend who works at the hospital, asking him to fake a pregnancy ultrasound. The test results come back, showing that Chloe is indeed pregnant. Ethan's family immediately grows arrogant again, believing the child is their shield, that Mr. Shen won't dare touch them. They start begging Mr. Shen's forgiveness, all in the name of the future baby. Though furious, Mr. Shen lets them go for now, out of consideration for his daughter and the unborn child. But Mr. Shen doesn't fully believe it. He sends his assistant to monitor Ethan's family. The assistant quickly reports that Ethan's family is liquidating their assets and has booked a flight abroad that very night. Mr. Shen immediately knows something is off about the pregnancy. Otherwise, they wouldn't be rushing to flee. He tells his assistant to take Chloe for another checkup that afternoon, while he personally leads a team to intercept them at the airport. That night on the airport expressway, Ethan's family is in the car, thinking they're about to escape. A row of blinding headlights blocks their path. Mr. Shen's convoy has cut them off. Ethan tries to lie, saying they were selling assets to buy gifts for the baby. Mr. Shen laughs coldly and pulls out the second pregnancy report from that afternoon. The report shows that Chloe is not pregnant at all. He also has evidence of Ethan colluding with his doctor friend to fake the first results. It turns out that during the first exam, the doctor friend swapped Chloe's ultrasound with another pregnant woman's. Every lie has been exposed. Ethan completely breaks down, falling to his knees and begging for mercy. He even brings up their past sweet moments, hoping to stir Chloe's sympathy. But Chloe looks at him with nothing but disgust. She tells her father she never wants to see these people again. Mr. Shen orders that Ethan's entire family be sent to labor camps in the Black States mines, where they'll work as slaves for the rest of their lives. As for the doctor who forged the report, he is handed over to the judicial authorities. Watching Ethan's family being dragged away, Chloe sheds tears of complicated emotion. Mr. Shen walks over and gently pats her shoulder. He tells her that when judging people, the most important thing is to see their true nature. After all this, his daughter has finally grown up.